There's an old curiosity shop. Every once in a while I go by there for the fond recollections that lie there in that old curiosity shop.
Well, good morning everyone, and welcome back to the Old Curiosity Shop. I'm Scott, and this is a kitchen counter thrift haul. Some of it I'm keeping. Can you guess? If you've been watching me for a while, I bet you can. Don't worry, I'll tell you. And everything else that's for sale is currently for sale in the Old Curiosity Shop. And you can find a link to the eBay store in the description box below. Don't feel like you have to buy anything. You can just jump over there and look at better pictures and just kind of see what's in the store. And but of course, if you do want to buy something, that's okay too. That's great. What's for sale? Well, we're going to start off right here with this piece that might be older than you think. Probably made in Syracuse, New York, by the Cyroco company, S-Y-R-O-C-O. There's no label on it or anything. Sometimes there were paper stickers and sometimes they were stamped on the back. This one is probably pre-war, so we'll do 30s or 40s on this. They made this fake wood, sort of sawdust and glue, pressed pulp kind of stuff. They were famous for it. They actually got started in the 1890s. And but these pieces came on the scene. You started seeing this in the 1920s. Oh, picture frames and little table lamps, bookends, that kind of thing. And little plaques, you know, not unlike today when we go into Hallmark and buy something like this. Okay, so composite there, pressed wood stuff. All ready for Mother's Day, and you can all read the poem on there. Little, I couldn't believe it, because when I walked into that Goodwill, all the lounge lizards were there. Those are the folks that sort of hang out in the Goodwill all day, lurking, you know, and they they sort of hide in the corners until the fresh carts are rolled out, and then they jump. Anyway, that's the reason why I couldn't believe it when this Pyrex butter print in excellent condition was sitting right there. They must have just missed everyone, who knows. So it's the 471, the little 1 pint dish with no lid. And so yes, that's for sale, that's for sale. My porcelain 1930s deco bathroom fixtures are not for sale yet. They might be. I've got to replace, one of them is missing its chain and also the little porcelain pull. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do about that. These are Paulding, P-A-U-L-D-I-N-G. You remember these? Now normally in bathrooms they didn't have flame tip light bulbs. I just stuck those in there. And then there's the electrical outlet below. So very 1930s, very Art Deco, even into the early 40s. And as you can see, I've even got the mounting hardware here, which is great to have. And, pardon me, no chips, no cracks. I just have to put a cord on an electrical, what am I trying to say? I need to put the pull chain on it and somehow replace the porcelain pulls. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that yet. That I haven't listed yet because I might keep it. It reminds me of the cobalt blue glass made by Hazel Atlas. And I need to pull out my Hazel Atlas book and see. They made little novelty things such as this. You know, we're all familiar with the Shirley Temple milk pitcher, and then they made little sort of snack trays in the shape of fish. But this Ritz blue, I don't know, I'm just getting a Hazel Atlas feel. I have a book, I have to look it up, haven't had a chance to do it yet. Now that's for sale. That is Glass Bake. Yeah, so McKee, a bundt or angel food cake baking glass dish. It's 9 inches across, I think. Glass bake number 352. And you automatically, you say, hey, it's got that yellow color the way early Pyrex did. Well, glass bake McKee introduced glass bake in 1917 to compete with Pyrex. So it's oven glass, and it has that yellow color that the early Pyrex has. Now, I don't normally bake this type of a cake, and I don't know if there's any advantage in having a glass dish as opposed to a metal one. I suppose the metal ones today have the non-stick coating, but I think some people do prefer to use glass and cook with glass. So there you go. Made somewhere between 1917 up into the 50s. I don't know when that was made, but it's probably a Depression era piece. The McKee Company. Glass in Pittsburgh for years and years and years. And they did a lot of EAPG glass as well before the Depression. Speaking of EAPG, that's a Campbell & Jones. I've had that before. Here it is again. No chips, no cracks. Give us this day our daily bread. This was a big hit, this particular style, but I think every glass company in the late Victorian era made these give us this day our daily bread plates when slices of white bread were on our dinner tables every day, bread and butter. This one was introduced in 1877, so this one is going to date sometime to the last 20 years of the 19th century, 1880s, 1890s, and it's really pretty with all the dewdrops on there. And again, I felt every one of these points, and there's a flea bite on just one, which is amazing. For a beautiful piece of glass that's 140 years old. No, not maybe. We know this. We know this is the 1880s. Look at the difference. Here is American brilliant cut glass. Did Libby make it? I don't know. It's not signed. Sometimes these are signed. And I want to thank, I think it was Southern Buckeye who helped me identify the Pearpoint piece I had, the brilliant cut glass piece. I need to go back and check my emails, and I promise you, I'm getting caught up on emails. Some of you wrote to me weeks ago and haven't gotten a reply yet. I do my best. I wish I had an agent to handle all the emails, and I will. No, I take that back. I want to answer them all individually. It just takes me time. But this is, so thank you. I think it was Southern Buckeye. I had a vase. In fact, it's still listed, I think, right now in the old Curiosity Shop. A beautiful, with the butterflies on it, yes. Okay. This has got lead in it, and it probably weighs 10 pounds on its own. It is enormously heavy. It is brilliant cut glass. All of that is cut by hand, even all the sawtooth edges, and oh my gosh, that's the beauty of the American brilliant cut. All those facets are just picking up the light. Now, there are no cracks, there are no major chips. Now, what do you mean there are no major chips? Well, there are little, I don't know if we can do this. You know, you're going to get on all these little sawtooth edges, there are little snippets, little rough, you know, when you feel it, you feel like you're going to get cut anyway because it's cut glass and it just feels very sharp to begin with. But there are little flea bites on many of these. They are felt rather than seen. Yeah, okay, in most cases. There's only one on here that's large enough that I would actually classify as a chip rather than a flea bite. And to me, a flea bite, oops, that's how you get flea bites. you know, is going to be, oh, the size of a head of a pin, maybe just a little bit bigger. Anything larger than that, I think, is a chip. But it's hard. So I guess what I'm saying is, if you're really, really picky, you're not going to want this, because you're going to run your hands along here and go, oh no, there's a flea bite. Well, they are. And but it's beautiful, and again, be a nice serving piece. And I was thinking about something there for a minute, so I stopped talking. Anyway, it happens. I don't know. I guess these are little, not creme brulee, but little custard cups. It's French Limoges. And I've got 4 of them here. Let me get down here. Oh, on the floor. And they have their little underpants, of course. And we can see in here we've got a lot of information. Alright, so we can see made in the Limoges region of France. And then on one of these we have the retailer, which was a wonderful department store in Washington, D.C. Let's take a look at the store while I'm trying to find the dish that has the marking on it. There's the store. You see that? That's the great big beautiful old, and I don't think any of them are still in existence today. I think they've all shut their doors. Woodward and Lothrop, what is it? I can't, it's too small for me to see it. Anyway, we didn't have that here in my area, but there were several locations, and of course I think the flagship was down there in DC. So that's who imported these and sold them in their exclusive porcelain department there in the department store. These are tiny. I mean, good grief. That's even smaller than a little Jell-O cup. I don't know what you would serve in there, but you would only get about 2 spoonfuls of rice pudding. That's just tiny. Look at this. Can you believe I'm selling it? It's a 1930s Art Deco dresser tray, or dresser powder jar is what I'm trying to say. I went through my 1920s book on Depression bedroom vanity pieces and whatnot, and I didn't see it, so I don't know if it's Westmoreland or who made it. But there are no chips on it at all. I love the lid in black. And then there's the powder jar for you to put rings and things in at the end of the day. Undoubtedly there would have been other pieces that went with it, other jars, perfume, bottles, a tray perhaps. But that's elegant from the 30s. Okay, we covered all of this. We didn't talk about these things back here. The 1930s chrome Farber Brothers snack tray there I'm keeping. You know, I collect the Deco Chrome. One of these days I'm going to have a big sale, but right now that's right out of the 30s. In good condition. And then the old pickle jar here I'm going to sell. That's probably a 1940s piece with the tin lid and the wooden handle. And it's a nice big one. So you can do all kinds of things with that. You can even repaint that lid if you want. And then we can see right there in that flat space is where the label would have been on this pickle jar. A lot of wear on the bottom of it. It's a nice big one. You could do, what would you do with that? Put cookies in it? Sugar? Flour? Fill it up with paprika. I don't know what you would put in there. And keep that in your kitchen. That's old. That's cool. And it's for sale. And so is the cut to clear Bohemian Pitcher with a clear applied handle. Let's get this in the light. Woo, it really shines when you get it out here. So the ruby color, of course, as you know, is cut away on a wheel there, a little grinding wheel, and then we get this cut to clear. And that's what that is. No mark on the bottom. They're still making this stuff today. Kind of hard to tell exactly when it was made. It sort of seems like it might be a mid-century era piece. It could be the 1940s, 50s, 60s, 70s. It's sometimes hard to tell because they, as I said, they've been making this in what you call Bohemian glass forever, and they're still making it today. Poland, Czechoslovakia, Austria. So no chips or cracks on that. And what I do like about this one is it's not terribly heavy. Some of these weigh 5 pounds before you get any liquid in it. So it's manageable once you fill it up with your lemonade or whatever you're going to serve. So I will back up, and I think I talked about everything. As I said, it's a quick haul today. Thank you for watching. I have got to get this stuff off the kitchen counter and get out of here because I've got packages to take to the post office, and then I'm going to go and look at an estate sale later on today after the crowd leaves, and we'll see what happens. Okay, I guess that's it. Thanks for watching, everyone. What did you like the best on this kitchen counter today? And did anybody grow up with any of these things in your parents' house, your grandparents' house? I know we like to talk about that and share that information in the comment section below. Okay, that's it. I'm Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop saying thanks for watching. Wait for the cat. And so long for now.